Welcome to the Maria Liberati Show, where food meets art, travel, and life. So what does food mean to you? Well, today is a special treat. We have Chef Rosario DeLuca from a restaurant in Rome, right outside of Rome in Frascati, called Cacciani. And Chef Rosario has an interesting method that he uses so that, basically he reuses food scraps that people would just trash and not make use of. He has some really interesting methods he's going to tell us about, and the restaurant Cacciani specializes in these types of dishes. Really, really interesting. But before we get to the interview, I just want to remind everyone that on April 30th, I will be actually live from the Overbrook Golf Club in Villanova, and we'll be at a gala for Philitalia International, which is a large organization that promotes Italian culture. You can get tickets to that event. There's going to be some great food, as you can imagine, and they will be choosing their new board of directors, and I will be interviewing a lot of the business leaders that will be there at the event. We'll be doing live interviews all day at the event. So please come out and join us, and you can look up Philitalia, Filitalia, online and find out about getting tickets to the event. If you have any questions on the event, you can email me at info@marialiberati.com. And I just want to remind everyone, please join me for my 4-course Italian-themed wine pairing dinner at the Ridgewood Winery in Bechtelsville, Pennsylvania. They do have some award-winning wines, and these events have been really popular, so please come out and join us. Again, it's a 4-course Italian-themed wine pairing dinner, and that's on Sunday, May 7th from 1 to 4 p.m. And you can register for this event at eventbrite.com. Registration is limited, so we do ask that you register before. If you have any questions on that event, you can also email us at info@marialiberati.com. Today we have a special guest. We're actually visiting Rome, Italy by Zoom today, and one of my favorite cities in the world. And we have today as a special guest Chef Rosario DeLuca, and he's from a restaurant in Frascati, which is near Roma, and it is called Cacciani. But Rosario is here because he has a special way of reusing food scraps that people may waste. You know, food is such a valuable commodity today, and he has some very interesting ways of making use of food scraps that you may just think you should trash, but you can really make use of different food scraps in a delicious and interesting way. Ciao, Rosario.
Nice to meet you, Maria. Ciao.
Nice to meet you too. Ciao. Rosario, I read that you have a way of making lievito madre from food scraps. Is that correct?
Yes, correct.
Okay, and lievito madre, for those of you that don't understand Italian, is a mother yeast. So it's a yeast.
Yes.
Yes. Can you tell us how you do that, or what you're doing that with?
The lievito madre, the mother yeast, is made with all the scrap from the kitchen: onion, potato, zucchini skin, whatever. I made underwater for 8 days, and then the Jews can use it to mother yeast to make all the levitation in the kitchen, from pizza, from bread, sweet like ciambelloni, whatever.
Wow, that's wonderful. Any other ways that you make use of food scraps that you can tell us about?
One of the simple is the old bread. We have a bread that we don't use from 6-7 days, and we can make a gnocchi, just like the bread, the flour, and the water.
So you make gnocchi from leftover bread
Yeah,
instead of throwing it away.
instead of
You
flour and potato.
Oh,
I
instead of flour and potato. Oh, that's very interesting. So how did you start begin to do this method of reusing food
I
scrap?
started almost 20 years ago
Uh-huh.
because in the kitchen, in the restaurant especially, the food cost is very high.
Yes.
So we had to try. The chef has to try a way to get low the cost and don't waste the food because
Yes.
a lot of people haven't the food.
Yes.
This is my first thing.
Uh-huh. Yes. A lot
So
of
I
people waste food.
yeah
Yes.
I started to some experience with the natural yeast. I studied the other chef. I studied other in other country, and I decided to keep this line of cook, no waste, and cook everything we use in the kitchen. Everything can use
Uh-huh.
for the broad, for the levitation, for the pizza, for other stuff in the kitchen that we propose to the customer.
That's very exciting, very interesting. Yes, food costs are very high. The one thing I lived in Italy for over 20 years, and I was always impressed by how people there in Italy did do some of that already. They reuse pasta, you make a frittata with a used
Yes,
pasta leftover. In America, people were so spoiled that they just throw things away. And I started thinking that way too from living in Italy, learning how to reuse foods. But this is very different from what you're talking about. Is definitely great to be able to also use the food scraps as
yeah.
well for things like
You're
lievito
you're
madre.
right. We have a many recipes to reuse the food just cooked.
Uh-huh.
Like you said, the spaghetti with timballo,
Yes.
like casatiello with salami, prosciutto.
Yes.
Is the old culture when the people was poor.
Yes.
Now in a common family, they waste a lot of food. We
Yes.
don't have the education to consume the food that we prepare.
Yes. Yes, I noticed that about 5 years ago when I was in Italy, people were becoming more wasteful
Yeah,
because they just were becoming wasteful with food. But you're absolutely right. I know my grandparents, I actually learned a lot from them. They used to reuse a lot of the foods, the breads, making soup, the bread soup, and all kinds of
yeah.
things that they had to do. You're right, because they were poor, and they had to do that, and they created very
Apri, apri.
delicious
Yeah,
dishes.
yeah.
So,
You're right. You're right.
so does the restaurant Cacciani specialize in those types of dishes?
Yeah, we're going to this way of kitchen.
Oh,
Some years ago, we decided to improve this kitchen, this natural kitchen, and
yes.
then we made our bread, we made our pasta, fresh pasta,
Uh-huh.
and we tried to don't waste anything.
Ah, that's wonderful. Very, very good. And it's very necessary today. So tell me, do you have plans on writing a book or opening a restaurant in the US, or I know you're waiting for that. You're working on some things.
Yeah, maybe if I will have a chance, I'd
Yes.
like to work in the USA. Sure, it's
Yes.
another country, another culture,
Yes.
and I think that this type of kitchen is will be possible in the USA too.
Yes, yes, definitely. It's something that I think is very important to do today. So I know people would like to hear more about it, definitely. Well, that's great. So, Rosario, where can people find you if they want to find you? Are you online? Do you have a website, or they can just
Yes,
go? Oh, go
yes.
ahead. Yes, go ahead.
The my website is chef1.com.
Catch one. Is it CATCH or CACC?
No, CHEFF
Ah, CHEFF1.
ONE
Oh,
.com.
okay. CHEFF como Felipe.
Yeah,
Do a F. Okay. FF1 ONE dot.
yeah. It's a double meaning. Chefone in Italian means
Yes.
a big chef.
Yes, Chiffone. Very good.
in English,
www.chiffone.com.
in English is chef one.
Yes, definitely. Definitely. Well, I will put that on the website for this show. It's the marialiberati.show.com. And if I can ever have you on my TV show, I would love to do that, even by Zoom. And I will certainly come to visit Cacciani when I get back to Italy. Hopefully that will be soon.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I
Let
would
me know. Let me know.
I will definitely, but would love to have you even do a segment on my TV series. I will definitely let you know. Rosario, thank you so much for being here today, and much success. And I will definitely be in touch with you. And this
Yes,
podcast
sure.
will be this week. This will be on air this week.
Thank you, Maria. Thank you.
Thank you. Grazie. Ciao.
Ciao.
Thanks for listening to the Maria Liberati Show, and thanks as always to my producer Britton Roselle and Chef Rosario DeLuca, who joined us from Frascati. Well, actually from Rome, Italy. His restaurant is in Frascati, which is near Rome, and it's called Cacciani. And just again, a reminder that on May 7th, I'll be doing a 4-course Italian-themed wine pairing dinner at the beautiful Ridgewood Winery. You know, they do have some award-winning wines. They're in Bechtelsville, Pennsylvania. So if you would like to plan a trip out there or are in the area, please join us. That's Sunday, May 7th from 1 to 4 p.m. I will be doing 4 recipes from one of my award-winning cookbooks, and they'll be pairing it with their wines. And you can register for that event at eventbrite.com. Registration is limited, so please register as soon as possible. If you have any questions on that event, you can email us at info@marialiberati.com. And another reminder, on April 30th, I'll be at the Overbrook Country Club we'll be broadcasting the Maria Liberati Show live for the Phil Italia International Gala. There will be some great food there, lots of business leaders from the area that I will be interviewing. And you can come out to the event also. You can buy tickets for that event, and you can just go to Phil Italia International online and find out about getting tickets for that event. It's a great organization. They promote Italian culture and heritage and they have lots of very good programs also. So please join us for that event as well. And as always, you can find me at marialiberati.com. You can find me on Twitter at Maria Liberati, on Facebook at Chef Maria Liberati, on Instagram at Maria Liberati, on Pinterest at Maria Liberati. My Roku channel is The Basic Art of Italian Cooking by Maria Liberati, and the Maria Liberati Show channel on YouTube. That's a new channel, and that has a lot of video from many of the podcasts that you're listening to. And if you'd like to get a copy of any of my books in the Gourmand World award-winning book series, The Basic Art of Italian Cooking, you can go online at Amazon, Kindle, Barnes & Noble, and also artoflivingprimamedia.com and marialiberati.com. And until next time, peace, love, and pasta.